Next thing that I want to go over, assuming that Growlithe allows me to, is this little bit from Matt Morgan, right? Assuming that this is real, which I'm assuming it is. It doesn't seem like it would not be. Why is that just... You know what? Pop that out. This election is not over. The false projection of Joe Biden as the winner is based on the result in 4 states that are far from final. Well, this is true. The results are, in fact, far from final. These are the 4 states. Well, this one is heavily projected right now. Georgia is headed for a recount, where we are confident we will find ballots improperly harvested. How are you so confident in that? That's my question, Matt. How can you be so confident in that? Is it because you think that dead people are voting for Democrats? Because we know that they get registered. We know that for certain, but generally they get tossed out. There's actually quite a few fact-checking websites that have gone into the dead voting thing. So, I just have to wonder why he thinks that we will most certainly, definitely, 110% find improperly harvested ballots. We've had the ballot harvesting myth moved around a lot lately. Ilya and Omar had to deal with a bunch of that too, if you guys remember. So, Georgia's headed for a recount where we are confident we will find ballots improperly harvested and where President Trump will ultimately prevail. Don't you like that hero narrative? Just that hero narrative shit. It feels very much like Trump is just their pariah. This is huffed copium. This is 500 cc's of just injected, huffed, smoked, and supplanted in the rectum copium. This is copium overdose. That's what this is. Just so you guys know, it's time release, so putting it in your bum isn't going to actually make it digest faster. Copium generally will digest on its own time. It's a little bit like when you take your antibacterial stuff. It's not going to stop. It's not going to suddenly just help you out faster when you put it in your bum. I'm sitting on this joke way too much. Growlithe is doing a bark. There were many irregularities in Pennsylvania, including having election officials prevent our volunteer legal observers from having meaningful access to vote counting locations. If by legal observers you mean the Proud Boys, do you remember when Trump tried to get shit tons of people to watch the election, to watch the votes being counted? Do you remember when he was arguing for that? Because it didn't look like legal observers when he was arguing for it. It looked more like voter intimidation. But, you know, why is she... Does she just see squirrels? I took her out in the middle of the stream, and she is still doing the borf. There's got to be a bunch of squirrels out there. Just trying to get... It makes sense. We have a bunch of fallen acorns. We've got some oak trees around here. We've got fallen acorns and walnuts everywhere. So, of course, there's going to be squirrels. But... Oh, God. There's the allergies. His election officials were prevented from being legal observers, apparently, according to him. I don't know if there's actually any evidence of that. If you guys in the chat can show me if there are evidence of that, then please let me know. Because I don't think that legal voting observers were actually obstructed. Unless you count the mobs that were screaming, "Stop the count!" Those happened. That happened. Said, we prevailed in court on our challenge, but we were deprived of valuable time and denied the transparency we are entitled to under state law. Wait, did they prevail in court? Which court? I remember seeing a lot of their stuff just get tossed out. But I could be wrong. Ugly German Truth says, Suris in Pennsylvania, they had markings for corona distancing on the counting place that prevented observers from getting up and close. Is that what they're arguing about? Because there were social distancing markers, suddenly it was the most horrible thing in the world? Hey, I don't want you to die of a deadly virus. I want to Trump Maga 2020. That's what I see. Jesus, she is just going all at it. I already let you out, girl. I already did. I let you out. Literally in the middle of the stream, hun. I let you out. No, we're not doing this. No. Stop it. Get some help. Come up here, then. Come on. I'm just trying to pet her. And she's trying to keep her paws on me. She's being very sassy. Okay. So we were deprived of valuable time and denied the transparency we are entitled to under state law. Again, if what the chat is saying is true, then people cared about your well-being and didn't want you to get sick. Oh, no. You guys were breaking the law. Bullshit. In Nevada, there appears to be thousands of individuals who improperly cast mail ballots. Is there evidence of that? Is there evidence of that? I don't know if I actually have heard anything about that. Thousands of improper cast ballots? Okay. If this is going to be like what Brian Kemp has tried to do in Georgia before, where, oh no, there was a hyphen put in your ballot that you hand wrote that was too wrong, and because of that stray hyphen, your entire vote gets cast out. If that's what they're talking about, then yeah, but generally that's just voter suppression. So if this is along the lines of what I've seen in Georgia, then this is just going to be voter suppression. Isn't that great? This is why I voted the day of. Not everybody has that opportunity, though. I recognize I'm very privileged in that. Finally, the president is on course to win Arizona outright. Yep. He's definitely on course to do that. Good old blue Arizona. Less than or more than a 1% drop on Donald Trump. He's definitely on course to win it, guys. He's definitely on course. He's definitely on course. He's going to win. He's going to win it. 10 out of 10. I believe. I believe that God Emperor Trump is going to win Arizona. It's definitely a shoo-in. It's definitely a shoo-in. Trump is on course to win it. Totally. 10 out of 10. GA has not been called yet, but it is close. It is very close. So, despite the irresponsible and erroneous calling of the state by Biden and by Fox News and the Associated Press, well, this electoral map is from the Associated Press. But you know what's funny? Trump called that he won the entire fucking election. The night, like November 4th, in the morning, 1 a.m, my time, Trump got on stage and declared premature victory. Now, I know that Trump isn't a stranger to being premature, much to Melania's dismay, I'm sure. And I can empathize with him in that regard. Maybe not in the mushroom-shaped capacity of his prematureness, but certainly in at least the length department. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, I know that Trump has a history of being premature, but if they're going to try to argue, right here, that it was irresponsible to call the states for Biden, then it was equally irresponsible for Trump to get on stage in front of a bunch of supporters and go, "We won. We did it. We won.
All of us did it. Love America.
I love my country, but holy fuck, dude. Trump is king of posting cringe. He says Biden is relying on these states for his phony claim. For his phony claim on the White House. But once the election is final, President Trump will be reelected. Wouldn't it be more prudent and sound a lot less authoritarian and fascistic if you argued that, hey, Biden did not legitimately push for these things, did not legitimately win these states, and therefore we'd like a recount in these because we think there might have been some meddling. Not, we demand the recount because our God Emperor Trump deserves America. He deserves to make it fail like every other corporation he's ever ran. Okay? He can write America off on his taxes as a loss. Okay? That's what he's going to do. He deserves it. Just like he deserved to pay $750 on his taxes. He deserves it. Chinese virus stopped and couldn't keep him down. That's what I get from this. That's what I get from all this. And, oh wow, there's those areas where Growlithe is just licking me in my shirt. So, if this is truly from Matt Morgan, and this is truly his statements on the matter, he's literally projecting. He's arguing that the Biden campaign is doing exactly what the Trump campaign did. Not just the Trump campaign, Trump himself. This is not only hypocritical, but it is literally trying to convince the public that his opponent is doing exactly what he is doing. Exactly. You know what? If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. Like I said in the earlier, far too expounded upon joke, it doesn't matter if you inject it into your veins and up your ass and also huff it both in smoked and also powdered form. No amount of copium is going to save the election. Only the votes are going to save it. Just accept the end result of the votes. Your dude is currently down 4 million votes in America. Stop coping and start writing your exit speech.